Hey, let's take a walk around the wheelchair with the lights on. First and foremost this is a mobility hover round built pretty much from the ground up. We've taken the motors out, cleaned them, redid all the wiring and everything just to make sure everything was working properly. And then with that, we just kind of started building it from there to give me something to do. I like to tinker, so we've got a little bit of everything on here. I've got my homemade cane lightsaber. You can change colors and stuff. I've got a little stereo box here on the front that's wired into a quad power cell system, which means I've got a unit built into the main box, and then this one here, and then another one which is the cube, which is this little critter up here. And I tell you what, Target sells these things, although I'd never ever buy anything from Target ever again. Walmart sells them, but I'm telling you what, this thing puts out a lot of sound for a little guy, and it's got all the little flashy lights and stuff too. We built this box here in the back. Contains the nitrous oxide. No, I'm kidding, it's bubbles. Check on the website and read the label that I did for these things. It's pretty hilarious. We've got a little steampunk circuitry going on inside there with a 7-inch TV screen that's wired into. Inside of here is the iPod right there, so we can play movies for the kids in line. They get a little cranky. We've got a lot of exposed wiring. That's just the way that I like it. Until we get kind of a final blueprint for it. You kind of need that. It's got a charging power system. I don't know if you can see down in there. I'm going to rotate the phone a little bit. But it's got a power system in there, or a, not power system, but a outlet. 12 volt. I've got one of the power cells right here, which is a wheelchair battery, and then some other wiring and so forth that goes down throughout the box. Another steampunk featured styled open exposed wiring. Like I said, that's just kind of my style. If you've seen some of the other videos with it, I'm rotating the phone back. Also, we've got, as part of the build itself, it started out with this unit down here at the bottom on the third major rebuild that we did, where we wanted to enclose all the wiring, because it was, taking 15-20 minutes just to get everything plugged up. So we were like, we need to totally enclose everything inside a box. So we did, and then we kind of expanded from there. So this main unit down here at the bottom, when that's all lit up, if you notice one of the videos on there, everything inside is like a three-dimensional with the flying flames inside there with the exposed wiring. Once again, that's just my style with the exposed. We've got rows of LED lights up in here lighting up the Mustang, and then this is something new for this most recent build. That's just one of those little flashy things that beats along with the music that I wanted to add to this for quite some time. Coming up here is the fluid system, where it comes down out of the back, and the two pipes come in together from here down into this little T-valve inside of here, and it comes in here. This is a twist-off valve. Because the tanks are higher than the bubble motors, it will sit there and leak out if you let it set for too long, just because that's the way gravity works. Check the science channel if you want to see more about that. But this valve allows me to crank that down and turn it off so it doesn't go down everywhere. Over here is another compartment down inside here. Whoops, sorry about that. I've got that quick release right there, and I didn't clamp it back on, so let me put that back on there. But inside of here is a GoPro that's mounted to a telescoping thing here, Disney approved because it's not a handheld. But that's hard mounted in there so that when I'm sitting in a parade or something like that, I can videotape. Down it goes, and that goes down inside like that. Of course, this is the front end switch panel, master switch, and then these all, of course, do something. And then the lights are to tell me what's on where, which is helpful. Control panel box right here. Got some lights, LED internals with that. It's also the fluid refill system is built into that with the relays. And then all the sound systems, music, and everything is played through this one right here, so that I can kind of keep things in there. Also I found an app a while back that was really cool. I've been looking for it forever. It's called Redheads, if you want to find it on the App Store. but it really gave me the ability to take this to the next level, and actually inspired a lot of the hot rod stuff that goes along with it. But it gives you the ability to do the revs and run it through the gears, and it's not just the engine startup sounds that you see. I mean, it does the whole engine. It's got like 30 different cars that you can put on there. The latest feature that I've added, I don't have them all in here just yet, but one of the cool things about this particular build is down inside of here. It's more than just this one. There's 11 different designs that I have right now, and there's tabs that hook to the top of these, and then when you pull them out, they look just like this right here. So they've got the tabs so I can easily get a hold of them there at the top. And then I've got a variety of different designs that I put together. Everything from some Star Wars stuff, you know, Disney stuff, mostly Disney obviously, but definitely some hot rod stuff in here as well. Some Marvels, Roadkill, which is my like all-time favorite show. Some military stuff. If you didn't know, I'm a disabled vet. That's kind of the reason for the wheelchair. Let's see what else is going on here. I could probably show you the insides of the actual box itself, but I won't because that'll take way too long. It does have a siren system on it, just you know, just for giggles. I hardly ever use it, but it is fun when I do. Let's see, what else could I show you on the back here? Everything lit up. Well, okay, I'll turn all the lights on. Turn the bubbles off. We've got, there's the sirens. I've got, you know, the LED strips. I've got 2 sets on the bottom, 1 set there on the top, which goes down on top of the plexiglass right here, which kind of illuminates that up real nice at night. I've got some ambient lighting here in the front. Of course, the ones in the back where most people see what's going on is the LEDs inside the box right here, the TV screen when it's turned on, and then you can watch the video for the other stuff to be turned on. These are kind of a cool idea with the exhaust pipes coming out. Is I put some LED strobes inside of here, and then of course there too a device that lets me control it, so it gives it kind of the appearance of the engine sounds as it's going along. There's speakers inside of here, along with the lights that light up, and that same light lights up my license plate at night as well. Of course, I'm going to tilt the phone up like that so you can see the LEDs and the 3D wiring that goes on inside of there. And then of course the other side of the box mirrors what we've got right there. And this right here has an LED in here that gives a nice little ambient glow. Of course my spirally gear shift knob. But this is kind of a, I've been wanting to do this with everything kind of put together. I'll probably do another walk around when we actually get it out in the open in Disney World. This is just kind of inside my office. But that is it. That is my my wheelchair that we have kind of built for just one, something for me to do, but two, I really like to entertain. We originally put this together after the first trip to Disney World. Part of my nerve condition is when children scream, it's like sticking a knife in my brain. I mean, it really is horrible for me for certain sounds, and not just children screaming, but I mean there's a lot of other sounds that just absolutely go right through me. But that was kind of the major motivation for most of this, is what can we do to calm these kids down. And so the very first thing we put on, if you go back through the archives, is the bubbles. And then, you know, they like, you know, play some music. Well, I didn't have any music to play, so we put a stereo on there. And then pretty much after that, it was the Disney staff, the cast members, you know, like, hey dude, you know, that'd be pretty cool if it did this and if it that. And so like every time just about we would go, we added something. And so this has kind of developed a personality of its own, hence the Power Wheelz logo and the whole mindset behind the Power wheelchair with a Z, and, you know, kind of making that unique. So hope you guys enjoy this little walk around. This has a ton of my love and labor into it, so I hope you guys like it. And if you are disabled out there, let me try to encourage you the best I can. Hey dude, if you still have any strength at all, or have a friend that can help you do stuff, man, you can do this to any wheelchair. I mean, really, you know, just find some things you love. I mean, 90% of this stuff was bought from either Lowe's, Home Depot, or Advance Auto Parts. A couple things in here from AutoZone. Why not throw a plug in there? But pretty much all of this stuff was just stuff you can get from, you know, those three places, in all honesty. I got a bunch of stuff in here from the speed shop over at Pep Boys, because they pretty much only carry the high-end stuff that I need. But it's, well, Radio Shack, I guess, you know, the rest of the electronics and wiring and stuff, obviously I ramsack Radio Shack all the time. And this is, you know, just the end result of it. But hope you guys enjoy it, and like I said, just, you know, find something you love, find passion, and just go start building something. I guess that's the end of the day. That's what I encourage you to do. If you think it, you can build it.